Okay, so we went over some functions in the last two videos. In this video, we're going to go over how functions can return a value to us. So far, we've kind of made functions that are inline, and once that PHP hits that function in our code, it will go down to where we created our function, and it will read through that, and it'll as we discussed before, it echoes it from wherever it called it from. So in this case, this echo would actually occur on line 5 and then again on line 6 with different values. However, we didn't have to echo anything in our function. We could have done something like this. Let's do result equals num1 plus num2. And in this case, instead of returning something, instead of echoing something, we're going to return something. And we do that using the keyword return. And let's just return result. And all this does, let's save this just to kind of see what this does when we reload our Internet Explorer here. Okay, it didn't do anything, and that was expected because this function now returns something. It does not echo anything, and I'm going to try to explain how that works right now. So this time, instead of just kind of having an inline function here, we're going to actually put this function with a variable. So let's do, I don't know, my variable equals add two numbers. And so let's erase this one. So as you can see, we returned a number from this function, add two numbers. Our variable is going to end up being a number, and we're actually assigning my variable that number with this line here. Whenever you return something from a function, you can take that value and assign it to a variable. I hope that makes sense to you. So let's go ahead and echo my variable. And now we can hopefully see our, there we go, there's our 300 plus 200 there. So what happened here is on line 5, again, what happens on the right of the assignment operator is going to happen before anything else. So it's not like PHP is going to be confused by anything, because it's automatically going to take whatever's on the right first. Plus, it already has looked at our function before it even gets to this line. So it's going to do this. It's going to compute this function before it puts anything into this variable. And so it's going to jump from line 5 here down to our function, run our function. Once it hits return, it will stop the function. So if we put anything after this return statement, if we put now result we want to equal 1,000, this line is totally not going to be even considered by PHP, because no matter what we have after the return statement, it doesn't matter. Once it hits this return statement, it's going to return out of the function and return whatever value we put after the return keyword back to wherever it was called from. In this case, to the right side of the equal sign. And the assignment operator. Sorry, I don't want to confuse the situation. So, and then that number is then put into my variable, and from there we can do whatever we want with my variable. We could do anything we could with any other variable, and we don't have to return a number. We could also return. Let's just erase this function here and erase this. We could make a function, and this time we'll put our function up here just kind of for a change. So let's make a function my name is, and we'll give it a name as a parameter, and let's do return my name is name. Okay, so that's a pretty simple function. And then here in the within our other PHP script, we can go my name is, which is the name of our function, and give it our name. Let's say Bob. And in this case, since it returns something, we're going to assign its value to a variable. So let's do something else. Let's do name2, I can't start with a number, name2 or something like that. So name2, and then we can echo name2, and so we can save this, and there you go, my name is Bob. And just to run through it one more time, we made our function which returns a string in this case, and we called that function here, and since it returned a string, we assigned that value it returned into our variable name2, and then just simply echoed that out into our browser. And so once this function runs on line, once this function is called on line 9, it'd be almost the exact same as just saying name2 equals my name is Bob, because as you can see, whatever is returned is replaced with the calling of the function is actually replaced with whatever it returns. So we'll go over that again maybe in the next video, but that's just to introduce you to how functions can return values. Thanks for watching.